My sweet Scorpios, this is your horoscope for 2025. Happy New Year. I cannot believe how 2024 went so fast in a split second. I was in a hurry actually to tell you that your chart, like for 2025, is beaming with love. This is a true love chart. When I look at your chart, while I was doing analysis for you for 2025, I was melting, like literally, out of like cuteness. It's such a chart and all the transits for love, for finding true love. Seems like you will be the happiest zodiac sign out of all and against all odds, my dear Scorpios. And if you're single, this is your year. Get ready, my dear Scorpios. You will be, sort of kind of struck actually by love that you will never expect coming. Now, this is perfect news. Also, a little bit 2025. It's sort of a year in the middle. Like it will be sort of trailer, like rehearsal when you have a movie upcoming, and then you get this video clip like trailer of what's to come. So this is similar. 2025 will be this sort of flashback of what's to come in the next 10 years, because starting from 2026, because all the planets will be changing signs. Now this is very rare in astrology. I don't know, I think even like in our lifetime, once in 1,000 years might happen this, that all the planets changing zodiac signs in the same year, and plus lunar nodes changing sign, and also personal planets like Jupiter, Mercury, Mars, and Venus, they all going retrograde. This is crazy. Now this year is full of energy shift. Like you will get a lot of changes, plus a lot of vibration change, your mood change, what you think, what you live with, like all the things will change. And starting from 2026, that will be norm, sort of, new reality. But 2025, when everything gets shifted, when everything gets exchanged, a lot of adjustments going to happen in 2025. Now, first 4 months of 2025 will be slow because of these personal planets like Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Mercury, all going retrograde, overlapping each other's retrograde, going one by one. And they are called personal because they affect us on our personal level, like directly. We feel them the most out of all the planets. They affect us through people, through situation, daily life, a lot of mismatches, miscommunication, or vice versa. Some deals, commerce and trade, everything is felt through these personal planets, and they will all retrograde first 4 months until mid of April. So it seems like world will go into sleeping mode, sort of slow start. And even like on the world level, there might be something going on that all of us will pause and to think what to do next, sort of redirect our energy, our plans, replan something. There might be this kind of period, until mid of April. And after April, all the things will go much faster. Now, let's start with Jupiter. Now, Jupiter, planet of luck and prosperity. Where is your luck, my dear Scorpios, in 2025, except for love? Now, lucky planet, first half of the year for 6 months of 2025 until June 9th, it will be still transiting your 8th house, and it is transiting since last year, June 2024. Now, you still, and Jupiter being planet of, money, like ruling for you, it rules your house of money, earning income, and it's transiting your another house of money. Seems like, my dear Scorpios, you are earning enough, and you even have money to invest, like into coins, into shares. A lot of you guys will get returns, maybe even double or triple, even tenfold. Like you might get a lot of good returns from your investments, whatever is that, like into property, into financial instruments, whatever is that actually. And some of you guys might get inheritance in the first, or you already got it since last June, and you still have a chance to get it until June 2025, like a property or something from your relative, let's say, or someone else. Also, if you're in studies and you've been hoping to get a scholarship or some funding for your school, then this is your year. apply for some help, so financial helps from financial institutions, from universities, you will get much easier to get approved, with Jupiter here. It will grant you those scholarships. And if, I mean, it is a possibility that you've done so already and you've gotten so. Now, same with funding, like business funding. If you've been searching for a great business partner, you will be in luck also. Now, alimony, if you are in divorce process, or like in general you are trying to incur an alimony for your kid or for yourself, let's say, again, this will be your lucky year. You will get that alimony even in a bigger amounts of money, amount, let's say. Now, eighth house is also house of conception. Now, dear Scorpios, those of you who've been struggling to get pregnant, about fertility journey like IVF, in vitro, all these things, you will be, again, Jupiter is like a big angel of our universe. It will help you. It will help you to get pregnant. It will help to deliver actually that great news to you about pregnancy journey. Or actually you might give birth, in the next 6 months if you are in that state. Congratulations on that. Jupiter, that powerful planet, it can grant this kind of wish to you, my dear Scorpio. So just wish and believe. Now, eighth house is also house of healing, magically healing, and in general, everything magical, like esoterics, like astrology, numerology. It might be that you've gotten into, like, very interested into those things, like astrological things, numerological things, I don't know. And in general, if you had some health issues, this Jupiter probably, let's say, already helped you or will give you advancements, like give you good results from your, like, during your healing process. After June 2025, Jupiter will go into your ninth house. Now, ninth house is all about foreign lands, travels, education, and it's a broadening mind house. It's an amazing place to have Jupiter because it will sort of open your window bigger to the outer world, like it will make you hungry to see more world, to see another culture, like to experience another language, another, I don't know, cuisine, another, like, people from different walks of life. So, and plus it's a searching, like, meaning of your life, and Jupiter will expand and even deepen that search of your, the meaning of your life. And Jupiter will stay until next June 2026. So you will have a whole year, beginning from June 2025, to actually be on a quest for your searching meaning, like, of your life. Now, you might think back to 12 years ago, what was going on in your life, because Jupiter was same position in your ninth house 12 years ago, meaning 2013. What was going on in your life? Nothing is this exactly same in our life, but similar topics might be going on. For example, 12 years ago, you've met a great friend and he was a foreigner, or you've met your teacher, a mentor, and this year you might decide that now you become, like, after so much learning from your teacher, now you are becoming a teacher or a professor or a mentor, I don't know, teaching something, because it's a house of teaching. Or like 12 years ago, let's say you've met your soulmate in your ninth house, or you traveled somewhere and now after 12 years you're traveling there back, like moving there, relocating there because you loved it so much and you still remember how everything was back then, so, like, similar topics might be happening here. Or you might have brought, like, some foreign client, because Jupiter rules your money house, and you've built a business in some foreign, some abroad, in some other country, let's say. And now after 12 years, you will decide, I don't know, it's time to expand that business even to further to some other countries, or even to move back this headquarters of your country, of your company, to another country, to another foreign country. Might be that too. Or let's say you've met a good client, like, who pays generously back in 2013, and now you are even more, like, making some agreement, collaboration, which stays for a long time with the same client because you work with this client for so many years. This is just as an example, my dear Scorpio. So think back to 2013. The topics might be, happening same, like similar. Now, Jupiter in ninth house is also about education. Those of you who've been trying, let's say, to apply universities, you will get much easier these admission letters, apply and get admitted. Also, it's about any type of actually education. A lot of you guys might start learning something, like learning new language, for example, because you moved or traveled. Like a lot of Scorpios might decide to totally relocate to another country after June, I mean 2025. And it seems like there, of course, you will need to learn new language, and you might start learning in the second half of 2025 new language, going to some courses. Also, it's about, like, as I said, immigration, like going abroad somewhere, and it's about legal affairs. Now, if you are involved in some legal case, and if hearing is like appointed next half of the year, like after June, then you are in a huge luck, because Jupiter will defend you, and it seems like you will have all the cards in your hand, like you will win this case, because Jupiter will help you in any sort of legal battle, lawsuit, I don't know, legal cases, processes, etc. Now, in publishing book, second half of 2025 will be perfect for you to publish your masterpiece, whatever you're writing. If you are a researcher, then it's your work, that some, I don't know, invention, or your research about any topic actually. Or if you're an author, like writer, then it's your book. Could be an article, whatever you're gonna publish, you will have it, like Jupiter will give you the right editors, the right publishing house, so, and even make you like lucky in terms of your work might become bestseller, my dear Scorpios. If that was your wish, act during second half of the year, like after June 2025. Now, also, what else I want to say? Okay, I think and in general, like ninth house is about religion, is about beliefs and convictions. Like, what do you believe in? And Jupiter here will add up those things. You will have sort of belief. You might become, I don't know, Christian or atheist, whatever is the your belief system. There is sort of, it's expanding, sort of changing something there to more good, to more positive one. With Jupiter, it's always positive. Now, let's talk about eclipses, where this rocket ships will be happening in your life. Now, why rocket ships? Because, eclipses, they are your destiny. They usually bring destined events, situations, like once in a lifetime events, which we usually remember for whole life, which is like life-changing events. And they are rocket ships because they are like tools of the universe to bring you as much as faster to somewhere where you should be there, where you ought to be there. Now, and usually they have sort of shocking features, like, and we as people, we don't like changes much, and we are sometimes shocked with these eclipses. And but whatever is brought into your life with these eclipses, you should remember one thing, that they are always doing for our good. They're just speeding up our evolution process, and they want us to be on the prosperity side faster, like pushing you out from your comfort zone, so that you actually take steps to that dreamed life, let's say. Now, January 29th, right from the beginning of the year, we have lunar nodes moving into your 5th and 11th house. Now, eclipses, they happen because of lunar nodes. And lunar nodes, they are always two, north node and south node. And they are always situated opposite to each other, meaning they are affecting simultaneously two signs, like pair of sign all the time. And lunar nodes, they take a year and a half, roughly speaking, to change sign, so the eclipses fall on those signs, transforming the lives of those signs. And for you guys, it will be your 5th house and 11th house. North node will go into your 5th, south node will go into your 11th. Now, you might think back 18 years ago, because north nodes take lunar nodes, they take 18 years to go back to the same position. And, 18 years ago, it was 2007 or 2008. What was going on in your life? They were exactly in the same position. North node in your 5th house, south node in your 11th house. I can give you my example, like my story, when lunar nodes hit my 5th house and 11th house, back then I fell in love, because 5th house is all about love, is about falling in love. Like it's a romantic house, it's a house of true love and flirting and all these things, and I actually first time fell in love at that time, and sort of had a romantic time. And then my friendship circle changed, that because I got this let's say boyfriend, and his friends became my friends, and I totally changed my sort of social circle, and people who I was, let's say, close to, they become very distant. And that's happened because South Node was in my 11th house. Now, 11th house is all about your social circle. It's all about friendship. Your friendships are changing. And South Node is about releasing, leaving behind something. It's about losing. So something there you will have to leave behind, my dear Scorpios. And this is just my example, but some things might be similar happening in your life too. Now, since July 2023, they were in your 6th house and 12th house. Now, 6 and 11, this axis is about service. A lot of Scorpios changed their jobs, their careers to the better one, actually. And South Node is more about like 12th house, where the South Node was about far lands. It might be that you went back to home country to, let's say, work, if you've been working before in some another country, as an example. Or you sort of sorted out a lot of things from your past. Maybe some family secrets opened up, also as an example. Also inheritance. You might have sold whatever you got inherited, or you might have given up those things in favor of some other people also who were claiming for that inheritance, as an example. 12th house and 6th house also about health. A lot of Scorpios went through transformational, let's say, changes in a well-being area, in a health area, how to be healthy, how to stay healthy, and eating habits changed. Like eating healthy, a lot of things you might have changed in what time you eat, like how you eat, amounts of food that you take, all these things might have changed. And sport, a lot of you guys might have lost weight because the South Node is in your house of loss, 12th house. You might have lost, like, let's say, weight, and it's amazing because, you know, these nodes, they help to get into shape, to the right shape, to do more sport, to integrate sport into your life. And that was happening since July 2023 for the last a year and a half. But now, when these lunar nodes on January 29th, they will move into your 5th and 11th house. It's more house of kids, you know, children. You guys, a lot of you guys might get pregnant, might have a baby, might become parent, you know. You might start thinking about that also. Also, it's about the online, like, presence and entertainment business. Some of you guys might go actually start your own business, and it's mostly like, you know, of course it could be related to anything, but mostly it might be about some art, like becoming artist or becoming actor, singer, I don't know, you know, applying your hobbies actually as your job. It might become number one income source for you to work for yourself and to drop your 9-to-5 job, as an example. And a lot of you guys might also, if you've been working online, this might change now. You might start working, like going to some office, or if you start your business, you might, you know, rent some place as your office, as your base, and you might start going there, not like sitting online and working online from home. This might be the case also. Now, your friendship circle will change, with whom you communicate. Totally will change for one or another reason. For example, you're moving somewhere and that's why it will change. I don't know, your friends are getting married and they're, I don't know, start living somewhere else, maybe because of that. Or some distance might happen. Totally your surrounding, like a society, is changing there because eclipses will be falling on those houses. Now, and 5th house is all about love. Now, this is like, you know, and destiny node will be in your love house. That's why I'm telling, like, quite a lot of Scorpios might find their true love. If you're single, you are in a huge, you know, prosperity sort of time, and the luck time when you will find your one and only. You might fall in love, and plus, you know, you will, for sure, you will need to go socialize. You know, nothing will happen just if you sit at home. But if you go outside, it's inevitable, let's say. You will, let's say, if you're single and if you've been hoping, your wish will be granted. Now let's look at the eclipses. They will be 4 in 2025, all of them amazing and brilliant. Just the last one will be a bit of a bumpy ride, but there will be help. Okay, let's start with the first. March 14th, we have lunar eclipse in your social house, social community house. Now, this is amazing. Sudden, like, positive surprises might be happening there, but they will somehow remind you about responsibilities. Seems like some of you guys might get popular. like overnight, like sudden surprise. But then it's huge responsibility to, you know, keep, let's say, entertaining your followers and posting content and in general, like doing the work online, if that's what was you're wishing for, because it's 11th house is all about popularity, is all about internet, all these things. Now for some of you it will be about friendships. You might meet someone special in a very surprising way, but that someone will have also some rules, some demands, sort of a little bit oppressive kind of behavior, but still you will love this person somehow as your friend. And you might suddenly find yourself in a circle of friends, like circle of people who are united with one idea. I don't know, for example, chess club or dancing club, I don't know, whatever, like groups of people, you might surprisingly find yourself to be part of one. 11th house is also house of harvesting the results. Whatever you've been doing for the past like a year and a half and even more, results will come to you. You know, either positive, either negative, but mostly it's about positive results because Uranus will be active. Now, second eclipse, March 29th, solar one is falling on your 6th house. Perfect one. You will have here amazing opportunity to get promoted, to get a new job, or to change position or whatever related to your work. And also, you know, if you've been looking for a nanny, for example, someone who works for you, like, or some team member or your assistant, you will will have amazing opportunity here to hire the right person, because 6th house are all those people who work for us. 6th house is also about health, and here if you've been having some problems, you will get the news, perfect news, around March 29th, that everything is all right, everything is going well with whatever issue you've been dealing health-wise, let's say. Or you might get great results if you've been training hard, let's say. Now, September 7th, we have lunar, the most perfect eclipse possible in your house of true love. Now, this will be powerful one, and September by far the best month of 2025. Whatever important you have in mind for 2025, try to postpone it if possible until September, because September will be glorious, let me tell you. Now, and you have this lunar eclipse in your true love house, and Pluto and Uranus and Neptune, like, you know, guardian angels. These are karmic planets. They are slow moving, and they are all will be at 1 degree in their signs. You know, this is very rare to have these slow moving planets, because each of them, they take from, I don't know, 7 to 20 years to change sign. And just, you know, how wild is that? Like how crazy it can get. And what's the percentage we can get that this trio will be at 1 degree in different signs, and they will be communicating with each other friendly. This is crazy aspect. Well, 1 in a million aspect, and you will have support from them exactly during this lunar eclipse on September 7th. And it's a powerful one. Something is said, like destiny is coming to you, like destined love is coming to you, if that was your wish. Or if your wish was like open a business, do that around September 7th. I highly advise you, strongly advise you this date. Note this date for yourself, because this will be amazing. You can make for your business a name. The right timing, the right opportunity. Now, 5th house is also about children. Some of you guys might find out you're pregnant, and that will be the best news for you. It seems like somehow like miraculous news. And some of you guys might actually welcome a baby already to your family, like addition. Now, 5th house is also house of creators, you know, all sorts of artists, like actors, models, dancers, singers. And if you are involved in these kind of things, you will be in a huge luck. Seems like you will land your best performance. You might get popular. You might present your best masterpiece. Everyone will recognize your talent around this lunar eclipse. If you're gonna plan some presentation, exhibition, I don't know, performance, do it around, or launching a movie, for example, do it around September 7th. It will be a blockbuster, my dear Scorpios. Now, or you might land a contract with agent who will promote you or help you to get promoted, and it will be as fast as possible, my dear Scorpios. You are in a huge luck here. Now, September 21st will be the last solar eclipse in your 11th house. Saturn and Neptune will oppose it, but we will have help from that trio, Pluto, Uranus, and Neptune, as I said, whole September supporting you from your back. So no worries around this. It's just this eclipse will remind you about responsibilities that you might forget around like your friendships, or some friends might be a bit of aggressive kind of behavior. No worries on that, you have a tip to handle that. Now 11th house is also about the internet and popularity, and here again, you might have sort of a bit of an argument, or I don't know, disagreement with someone online, let's say, but still take good care around September 21 not to be as aggressive as possible, because Pluto, Uranus, and Neptune, they are helping to get good people only. Now let's talk about slow moving planets. As I said, they are all moving, changing signs, and they are like karmic planets. They affect masses of people, and in the world there will be changes, and personally also changes, more of like spiritual growth, more our spirituality and awakening, let's say, this kind of growth, more intuition. And the biggest probably news will be for you, Uranus, moving into your 8th house. Now, July 7th, we have Uranus. It's a karmic planet. It takes 7 years to change signs. So, it will move into your 8th house, and it will give you preview, as I said, some hints, some sort of trailer of what's to come in the next 7 years, while Uranus will be in your 8th house, beginning from April 2026, when it will be back into your 8th house, because Uranus from July until November 8th will stay briefly in your 8th house, showing you possibilities of what's to come, and will retrograde back into where it was all past 7 years, but briefly finishing up some things there and going back into your 8th house on April 2026. Now, 8th house is all about money, someone else's money that comes into your pocket, like from government, from institutions, financials, like banks, for example, or taxes, or also can be your husband or your wife, this kind of, family budget. And Uranus is planet of shocks. It's a shocking situation, surprises. Here your wife's or husband's or significant others earning income, like financial status, is shockingly changing. It can be positive and can be negative depending on your natal chart and situation. Anyhow, Uranus for the last 7 years was in your 7th house, house of love. Now finally a bit of easing, this tension from opposing your sun. Since 2018, 2019, you might have had sort of a less luck in terms of relationship with, in committing to relationship, and in general long-term partners, marriage, let's say, because Uranus was shaking up that part of your life. You could have like divorced, or even twice divorced, or married twice. These kind of things might happen because Uranus is sort of a shocking planet, it's surprising planet, and there were quite a lot of like this kind of situations for the past 7 years, since 2018 and 19. For some of you guys, it could have been solely about business. Your business partners were, let's say, very surprising, let's say, people, and in positive and negative way, it could have gone. And you could have made like good decisions in terms of signing papers, and also bad decisions. But anyhow, Uranus taught you quite a lot of lessons there. But when it moves into your 8th house, it will concentrate on that money that comes into your pocket. It's not about earning money. It might suddenly bring you inheritance, as an example, or suddenly you might lose that inheritance. It depends on your situation. Same with the scholarship if you're a student. Same with alimony if you depend on that for your kid or for yourself, like if you're in a divorce situation. Same about tax, like system, and bank loans. Here, take good care about banks, how you secure yourself, about your mortgage and all the stuff, because go through all the contracts not to have shocking surprises there, while Uranus will be in your 8th house. And it's also about health, 8th house. There might be in the next 7 years some surprises about your health. And might be positive and negative, again, depending on your life situation, my dear Scorpios, and your natal like birth chart, what's there. Like I cannot see possibly from here, but you're always welcome for your natal chart reading. Now, also secrets, 8th house is about secrets. Quite a lot of secrets might be spilled, and yours and others. So you might, take good care also around here. Now, quite a lot of you also will be, might get interested into esoterics like astrology, numerology. Uranus is planet of astrologers, and it's moving into your this house of mysticism. Everything which we cannot explain, and you might get totally invested, like totally interested in this part of your life. March 30th, Neptune will move into your sixth house. Now, Neptune is another heavy and karmic planet which moves every 14 years, which changes sign every 14 years. That's how long it stays in one sign. And it will move into your sixth house, house of work and house of health. Now, it will be there until October 22nd, and it will be back only January 2026. So from March to October, it will be showing you of what's to come in your sixth house, house of health, house of work also. Now, Neptune, has the tendency to put sort of pink colored glasses on your eyes in terms of your work, in terms of your career, colleagues, let's say, and also who work under you. And you might have, like, you might develop this kind of tendencies to idealize those people who work for you. Also tendency to sort of feeling pity for them, and that's why to keep them also, even if they are not doing the work, let's say. Or sixth house is also about managers, and you might also have this kind of feelings for the next 14 years. So again, exercise discretion, my dear Scorpios. Try to do that. You have amazing intuition, so listen to it all the time. Now, Neptune, for the past 14 years, it was in your fifth house. From 2011, 2012, it was in your true love house. Neptune is a planet of magic. All the love that you've experienced, it seemed maybe magical or unreal somehow, and you might have felt sort of magical connection, let's say, all the time. But at the same time, Neptune is more of a deception also planet. Those people were deceptive, like, let's say, liars, turned out to be not who they are actually, let's say, as they present themselves. Or, you might have gotten like disappointed few times, or like while falling in love also, because it's in the fifth house gives this kind of vibrations of feeling totally overwhelmed and love and magic and romantic, let's say, sort of a flirting mood. But at the same time, you didn't know where bad things were coming from, sort of these things. But when Neptune moves out from your fifth house, and it was happening since 2011, since 2012, you might have had a couple of like bad experiences there. Same in business, by the way. Like creating business might have been like falling apart just because of people who you've been creating it together, as an example. Or whatever you've been trusting on, whether it's a process, whether it's a people creating business, let's say, or the same about children. But with children, it might be the case that, for example, you got like children back like in 2011, 2012, but now they are a bit grown up, right? They're in their puberty area, let's say, and 14 years, and you might have now sort of a little, let's say, issues with communication with your kids, and you might need to adjust there. This is as an example. It can be actually something else. Like, it might be that your kid's life, something was going on there for the past 14 years. It doesn't matter if it's health or if it's their studies or something else. And now when Neptune moves out of your fifth house, it might actually open eyes on some facts, on some things there. And you might see like true color of the things. You've already done so when Saturn was there together with Neptune for the last 3 years in your same fifth house, because 25th of May, Saturn will move into your sixth house together with Neptune, join their Neptune. But Saturn is short, like it spends in one sign 2 to 3 years. And since July 2023, it was trying to open your eyes, actually, what was going on past 14 years with Neptune there in your fifth house. Either it's related kids or business or, as I said, love relationships. And also, it could have been, let's say, your acting career or dancing career, whatever talents, that you use, like creativity journey. And Saturn here might have given you harsh lessons, because Saturn is a strict teacher, and it will also give you preview of what's to come in your sixth house together with Neptune from May until September 1st, because Saturn will be back February 2026 to stay until only 2028. So next 3 years, take note of what Saturn will be bringing into your work house, into your health house from May until September. So you will be prepared for the time until 2028. Because, as I said, Saturn is a strict teacher of the universe. It has limitations. Whatever it touches, it makes it smaller, and it might limit your access to work, for example, force. You might have a hard time to find someone to work for you. It doesn't matter in personal life or in professional, like nannies or assistant or team member for the next 3 years. Or even if you find those people won't be qualified, let's say, or some sort of problematical might come out, as an example. And sixth house in general, it's about work. A lot of you guys might change your work, or someone bossy might be present, newly present at your work environment, like your manager or your colleague with whom you will have to deal, and it will be hard to deal because Saturn type of people, they are demanding, they have their rules, and they are non-bending, let's say. You cannot make with them agreement almost. But they are hardworking and they're responsible people. That's the thing here. Now, in general, you might also switch to this kind of work where you will work long hours, very hard like work, and plus, let's say, in solitude. And you might even feel this tension, feel this responsibility on your shoulder, which is heavy and heavy and heavy. That is, Saturn sometimes might give this kind of feeling when it's in your work house until 2028. Also, for some of you guys, it will be about health. Some of you might find out some issues about surrounding your well-being, and here, most important, your back. Saturn, when transit a sixth house, it might give back pain a lot, shoulders or lower back. You might feel sort of a tension there, like bones also, painful bones could be here. Now, sixth house in general, it's about solving problems. It's a house of obligations, taking responsibilities, and also hardships and paying debts, let's say. And all these things might feel a bit of as heavy, than usual. But you, as a Scorpio, you are not afraid of these things. You're used to these things, and treat these things philosophical more or less or more, than any other sign. So I'm sure you will be good with this Saturn for the next 3 years in your sixth house. No worries on that. Now let's talk about Pluto. Pluto recently changed sign, and also karmic planet. As you see, all the planets change signs. Now Pluto will be influential from 0 to 3 degrees in 2025 in your fourth house. Now, those of you who have planets or placements from 0 to 3 degrees in Aquarius, you will get Pluto's treatment the most. You will feel this Pluto. Now, Pluto is your ruler. So it's like, a phoenix. You know yourself that you need to first burn down till the ashes so that you get reborn. Same. And if you have placements from 0 to 3, then Pluto will come and, it's in your fourth house. It's something related to your family. It might actually destroy your family, like not necessarily in a bad way, but let's say someone moving out, someone, I don't know, going to studies, and that's why your house getting empty, as an example. Or it can give literal also sort of death of someone in the family, of course, because it's a Pluto. Now, a family also in terms of mother, it can be about your mother's life as well, or health, or her well-being, not necessarily dying, but something will be changing there drastically, which will affect you. And fourth house is also about real estate. You might, let's say, destroy and rebuild your house, or start like fixing things, I don't know, or buying, let's say, real estate. Some of you guys might go into this business of real estate, as an example. These are all examples, but it's touching your fourth house. Some of you guys might relocate, because fourth house is about citizenship, totally changing the country, place where you live. Now let's talk about personal planets, which all of them, they will retrograde. Now Venus, planet of love and beauty, it will retrograde this year, which means no plastic surgeries, no getting married during Venus retrograde because it's a planet of love and beauty, my dear Scorpios. So write down these dates when Venus will retrograde. Every year and a half, Venus retrogrades for 40 days and 40 nights. So you have to survive those 40 days and nights, and it will retrograde from 2nd of March until April 13th, which is not so long. So this springtime, no plastic surgeries and getting married, because this is a love planet and everything can go wrong. And it's a beauty planet. You might not like the result at all of your plastic surgeries. Now, when Venus is in our sign, we shine like a star. We love Venus in our sign. We feel confident, and plus everyone is attracted to us. We feel attractive, and we have a magic power to convince anyone into anything. And that period will be from November 6th until November 30th. Almost all your birthday, my dear Scorpios, you will be shining stars. Note that day. And 7th house, of course, house of true, committed love, marriage house. When Venus is in our marriage house, we also enjoy with one and only our true love. Let's say if you're married, you will especially enjoy this period from June 6th until July 4th. Now, those of you who are not married, you will have perfect chance to find someone special here. Mars will have unusual behavior in general because it will retrograde. Again, we will start 2025 with retrograding Mars, but back since September 2024, universe through Mars wants you to focus into 2 areas of your life until June 2025. So it's almost a year. You see how long is it? Now, from January until April, Mars will be in your 9th house, everything related to travel, everything related to education. You might get busy about these travel documents, relocation documents, or your legal case or lawsuit if you are involved in one, or about education, like applying to universities or searching for universities, and back and forth communication there might be happening. In general, you might be traveling to somewhere where you've been before and you like there so much also. And if you're writing something, trying to publish something, you might do a lot of reworks there. Because Mars will be exactly concentrating in this part of your life from January until April 18th. Now, from April 18th until June 17th, it will be in your 10th house. Perfect place to host Mars because Mars is planet of action and desire. You will have the power to build your career. You will have that desire, burning desire to go after what you want. And it seems like you will be taking actual steps, like going after, like applying to some jobs, or even getting promoted, even getting recognized within your professional field, because 10th house is the highest house in our chart, where we are visible, where we are respected, where everyone wants our opinion. So Mars here will give you this sort of power to go after CEO position, as an example, senior manager position, again, executive position, whatever is that, seems like Mars will be firing up your desire to go after that. Now, for some of you, it will be about social status. It will be about getting married, or vice versa, divorcing, depending on your situation, or employment, or, the social status, sort of what kind of social status you occupy in a bigger society. This thing might be changing here. And you get busy from April until June. And if you're getting married, as I said, avoid Venus retrograde. Thank God it will be until April 13th. So please remember that. Now, 10th house is also about titles, nominations, prizes, and you will have perfect stellar chances here to make for yourself a name, my dear Scorpios, to make your name known for the whole world when you might receive here some new title at work, as an example, or prize, or to get nominated to something. Some big achievements might happen here. It's the perfect time for you. Now, I would like to also mention a couple of days that will be important in 2025. February 23rd will be magical day because Neptune, planet of magic, will unite forces with destiny node, your true node, north node, in your house of true love, my dear Scorpios. You see, again here, love topic is all over your chart, my dears. And last time, this aspect is so rare that last time this aspect happened only back in 16th century. Can you imagine? So this is so rare that you should use this. Like February 23rd will be the period when you will have to go mingle and jingle if you want to meet your one and only. If you sit at home, of course nothing will happen, but if you go out and show yourself, everything will be magical, because Neptune is exactly touch of magic, touch of inspiration, all this glitter, pinky, rosy things, and North Node is destiny. So you will be, how to say, falling in love hard, let's say, very in a true way. Now, April 14th, we have Saturn also uniting forces with North Node in the same, your fifth house, another amazing aspect, and again, rare aspect. This aspect happened last time in 1877, 19th century, so 150 years ago almost. Now, Saturn is about like sobering planet, it's about restrictions and plus hard work, responsibilities, and it's a strict teacher. It shows like whatever it is, like true faces and whoever it is. So when it meets your North Node in your fifth house, you might realize a couple of things about someone who you met around February 23rd, as an example. Or if you're going to meet someone around this date, April 14th, then that person will show you true faces, but you will fall in love with that person because, as a Scorpios, you despise all this deceptions and lies, my dears. Now, and the last one, September 4th, we have Jupiter making amazing alignment with North Node. Same. Now, Jupiter, lucky planet, will be in your ninth house. That is her, like Jupiter's exalted place. When planets, they are in their own houses, they are 100% working. But when they are in exalted houses, which in this case, Jupiter in your ninth house, they are working for 1000%. They are showering you. And, Jupiter will be in your ninth house and North Node in your fifth house. Seems like that one, like special one, will be a foreigner or someone who speaks different language or from different background. Or you might meet that special one during travel around September 4th. And it's it's a star destiny, my dear Scorpios. This is something special. In general, as I said, September will be the by far best month of 2025, and seems like universe is laying their ground for you to have most romantic ever, I don't know, meeting of your true love. I'm so happy for you here. Now, for some of you, it might be about kids, actually. Your wish might be granted. You might get pregnant or find out that you're pregnant or actually give birth around this 4th September. And also there will be eclipse, as I said, in your fifth house, house of love and kids. And some of you, your star will be shining, especially if you are in an artistic area like singers, dancers. You might shine your star, you might show to the whole world your talents, and the whole world will be applauding you. They will recognize your talent. Seems like you will have great chances, amazing chances, once in a lifetime chances, my dear Scorpio. Use these dates and write them down. Now, don't forget to check your rising sign, because usually rising sign is the most influential, but sometimes it's sun sign or moon sign. So, listen to all of them and compare which one is affecting you the most. This was your horoscope for 2025. I wish you the best new year. Happy New Year, my dear Scorpios. Love you all. Bye-bye.